As Mayor Mamdani signs new executive orders during his second day in office, some Jewish groups are denouncing his decision to revoke several pro-Israel executive orders signed by his predecessor. Political reporter Marcia Kramer has the story.
Mayor Mamdani took the subway to work, encountering a problem faced by many commuters, an omni system that rejected his first attempt to go through the turnstile. But that's not the only problem he faced after taking the reins of power. Jewish groups denouncing his decision to revoke several pro-Israel executive orders signed by Eric Adams.
Jews, Americans, anybody should be concerned about this, in general, about where New York is going, given the fact of that New York represents one of the largest Jewish populations outside of Tel Aviv, out of Israel.
Asif Romarowski, a historian who studies anti-Semitism, wasn't the only one to denounce Mayor Mamdani's decision to revoke a number of pro-Israel executive orders signed by his predecessor. One rolled back the adoption of the International Holocaust Remembrance Alliance definition of anti-Semitism. Another reversed Adams' order that barred the city from business and investment decisions that discriminate against Israel. The Anti-Defamation League, UJA Federation of New York, the New York Board of Rabbis, and others joined Ophir Akunis, the Consul General of Israel, in saying it was a bad move. He said it would, quote, pose an immediate threat to the safety of Jewish communities in New York City and could lead to an increase in violent anti-Semitic attacks throughout the city. The mayor insisted that his administration will protect Jewish New Yorkers.
And we will showcase that by fighting hate across the city, and that includes fighting the scourge of anti-Semitism, by actually funding hate crime prevention, by celebrating our neighbors, and by practicing a politics of universality.
Marcia joining us now. Marcia, did anybody support the mayor's actions?
Well, yeah, the Council on Islamic-American Relations supported what the mayor did. They said that they were against anti-Semitism, but they said that the mayor's actions were striking a blow for free speech and the right of people to protest against Israel.
But should people be surprised at him doing this?
The big answer is no, because he made it clear during the campaign that he supported efforts to divest from Israel. And in fact, during an appearance on The Point, my political talk show, a little
plug, we like that, yes.
Okay. But he said that he didn't want the pension funds to be investing in Israeli bonds. But also I would point out something else to you, and that is during the last few months that he was in office, the mayor signed a number of executive orders that you might have said were designed to hinder the new administration.
Mayor Adams did, yeah.
Yeah, so I think that Mayor Mamdani wanted to undo that so that he could start fresh. Some of the things, though, that he undid were things that were pro-Israel.
And speaking of starting fresh, the point of the new year comes on this Sunday morning at 11:30 a.m., the best political talk show around.
And thank you for another plug.
You like that, Marcia? We cover all bases. Thank you. And stay with CBS News New York to continuing coverage of the New York City mayor. Mamdani's first days in office. To watch yesterday's inauguration speech, head over to our website, cbsnewyork.com.